Women can be engineers of economic and social development. That is what the Coca-Cola Philippines and TESDA believe when they launched the Sari-Sari Training and Access to Resources, or STAR program 2 years ago. Coca-Cola Philippines Vice President for Public Affairs and Communications, Attorney Adel Tamano, will tell us more about this. Good morning, Adel, and welcome to Daybreak.
Good morning, Amelie, and thank you so much for this opportunity to share our story about our 5x20 women.
I see. Okay, so let's start with that. Tell us more about why did you come up with this STAR program? Why did Coca-Cola Philippines come up with this aim to empower women by 2020?
Well, the genesis of this was during the Clinton Global Initiative. So our CEO, Mutar Kent, came up with a very ambitious goal to empower 5 million women within the Coca-Cola value chain by 2020. And so the Philippines stepped in. We said, we want to be part of that. And we are going to empower 200,000 women in the Philippines as part of that program. So the program in the Philippines, we call it STAR. It's a nice, catchy name. It's Sari-Sari Training and Access to Resources. The basic idea is we want to take away all the barriers that the Sari-Sari store women in the Philippines face to succeed. So the barrier could be education, it could be access to resources, it could be training, it could be merchandising. So we step in, we have a great partnership with TESDA, and basically we try to improve the lives of our Sari-Sari store owners in this country.
Okay, so what training do they get? What resources do they get from Coca-Cola Philippines?
Okay, that's a lot actually.
Let's start with the training. How long would the training be?
So the training, even the training was an organic, had an organic growth. We actually do 12 weeks of training. That's half a day.
Long.
Yes, well, it's long, but it's only during the weekend.
I see. I see, once a week.
Once a week, and that actually came about from our own experience that the Sari-Sari store women, they cannot leave their stores for a long time.
Exactly.
Because they not only take care of the store, they also take care of their kids, they cook food, etc. And so even the program itself is geared to empowering the women and really helping them where they are. And we do this, I cannot stress this enough. We do this because the women in the Philippines are such a great partner for Coca-Cola. We succeed in the Philippines because of them, so their success is our success. And the program is also our way of thanking them for really being such a great partner for Coca-Cola.
So it's like a business management course cramped into 12 weeks somehow.
Yes, that's correct. So there's entrepreneurship, basic entrepreneurship, there's bookkeeping, but there's also gender sensitivity because you also have to teach the men or their partners in their lives
to accept that it's the woman who's moving the family.
Well, that's part of it. I won't argue about that, but that's part of it. But also that the partners and the men have roles to play.
Nah, that's true.
And it cannot just be the woman who does everything.
Yes, of course. Now, how many? You mentioned 200,000 is the goal for the Philippines.
Yes.
So how many have you empowered so far?
We started, our partnership with TESDA was in 2011. We've already empowered about 30,000 women.
30,000.
And the great thing about the Philippines program was that our goal originally was just 100,000. But when our leadership saw how robust our program was and how the great potential that it had, they said, we should have 200,000 for the Philippines.
And I heard that among all these programs that are being done all over the world, or let's say in Asia, they actually look at the Philippines for this particular STAR program. They look at it as an example that they can follow. Tell us more about that.
Well, thank you for saying that. And modesty aside, I'm very proud of our Philippines team for really having a world-class leading program. In fact, just this year, we had leaders from our Coca-Cola leadership from ASEAN come here to take a look at our program. But it's actually gone beyond that. In fact, we had a representative of the Malaysian Commission on Women come to the Philippines to study our STAR program. So we're very proud of it, but one thing I'd like to emphasize, Ameline, is we can't do this without our partners. So one of our partners is, of course, TESDA, under the leadership of Secretary Joel Villanueva, has been a wonderful partner. And I'd also like to say that our bottling partner, Coca-Cola FEMSA Philippines, is also a wonderful partner for this project.
And I also heard that this STAR program of yours also helped those who suffered due to Yolanda. So you helped #Rebuild Yolanda.
Yes.
What was the role of your STAR program?
I hesitate because we've done really a lot. The first thing that we did was, of course, what is it that people need after the typhoon? Our program, the STAR program, generally we start with education first. But I don't think at the time that the leadership decided that's not what they need right now. What they need are loans, for example, for housing,
Yes.
to restart their business. So we actually partnered with one of our microfinancing partner. That's one of the things that we do in the STAR program. We give the store owners access to microfinancing, and we provided a fund in order to provide housing and entrepreneurship loans. That's not the only thing we did. We didn't leave Tacloban. One thing that we want to emphasize, and this is also in testament to our partner Coca-Cola FEMSA, we kept our factory in Tacloban because we knew that many industries and many businesses were dependent. And we never left Tacloban. We're still there. We're helping rebuild Sari-Sari stores. Another program that we're doing there in partnership with USAID is we're actually physically building Sari-Sari stores for our partners there.
And of course, it's Christmas time, and you
Yes.
do have a Christmas campaign.
Yes,
What will it be?
in fact, Ameline, the Christmas campaign is focused on our Sari-Sari store women. Usually when you have Christmas campaigns, you have like these big tree lighting ceremonies in the
Yes.
mall, etc. We decided to do it a little bit different to show our thanks to them. So what we did was we made our Sari-Sari store women partners our ambassadors.
Okay.
And we made their stores Christmas hubs. And in fact, what we did, we had a parole lighting ceremony
We're
involving
showing it
them.
right now, I
Yeah.
think.
Yes, in fact, it was a great. It was all over the Philippines. It was in Davao. We had one in Taguig. We even had a very solemn one in Tacloban. And the real idea is that when you think of Christmas, Christmas should be around the corner. We wanted to bring Christmas to the Filipinos, to every corner, and not just in specific areas. And so our Sari-Sari store women are our partners there. And we had Christmas conventions for them because to thank them as well, we gave them opportunities to tie up with microfinancing so that they can help build their business, and also
They can
tie them
grow
up
their
with
business as well.
and tie them up with our bottling partner so that we can help with merchandising and really to this is our way of sharing Christmas with them and sharing Christmas with Filipinos.
So 30,000 and 170,000 more, and maybe plus if we can, right? So how can one or a Sari-Sari owner be part of this STAR program?
Well, it's very easy. The easiest way is actually just to go online. Just go to coca-cola.com.ph, click on 5x20. Now, if, for example, they don't have access to that, they can just go to their local government units and look for the TESDA representative in that locality. And it's a very easy process to join. In fact, there are no requirements, no strict requirements. The only requirement that we need from our Sari-Sari store women is that desire to learn, because that's what they'll get from Coca-Cola. The education, the training from TESDA, and then later on you'll have the other things like access to resources, peer mentoring. It's a very strong program. We're very proud of that, and it's our small way in which we say thank you to our Sari-Sari store partners.
Well, thank you so much, Adel, for joining us this morning.
Thank you as well.
That was Attorney Adel Tamano. He is the Vice President of Coca-Cola Philippines Public Affairs and Communications.